Okay, so thank you for joining us here today. The first part of this video will be for a quick overview of the device, the settings, configurations to make sure everything works correctly. Once it's all set up, then we move to the platform where we're going to use the iRegister app and make sure it works with this device in particular. Okay, so this is the iData25T. As you can see, it's pretty neat device, right? So it's Android based. It has on the back side, it has the thermometer module, and it also has a camera that it also does the barcode scanning and the QR code scanning, plus the NFC module on the back as well. So let's have a quick look at it, and then let's move on to the platform, right, to see how it works actually. So the device, you can do it like touch like any other device, right? It has the same capabilities of any smartphone out there. And then you might wanna, so the first thing you wanna do is go to settings, just to get the basic things going. So let's go to network and get the internet, the Wi-Fi connection on, and then we wanna go to user define, right? Actually, you might wanna go to user define first and then to the Wi-Fi, because you're going to enable the soft keyboard right there at the bottom of user define section. And then once it's on, you can go back to the Wi-Fi, and it will allow you to input the password easily with the virtual keyboard instead of this one. So it has actually like a numeric keyboard here, but as you know, you need to type a few times each letter to make it work. If you're used to it, you can do it very fast. If not, then I would recommend you to stick with the soft keyboard on the screen. Okay, so after that, now we have to go to the date and time, and you want to make sure it's actually on the right time zone and on the right date and time. After that, we can just go back. Next thing we are going to look into is making sure that the apps are actually updated, right? Because we are releasing new apps constantly, so you want to make sure you have the latest ones. So you go to the app, it's called SysUpdate. Then from there you can check the first of all, you want to check the current version of your device. If you have any reason to believe it might not be the latest version, you can click here and check for updates, or you can email us and we'll make sure you have it. Right after that, we have an app center right there, right? You can download any iData applications. And then you want to make sure you have the latest. In this case, we're going to look at the iRegister, so you want to make sure you have the latest. At the time of this video, it's the 1.7 version. Okay, so then once we've done that, and before using the iRegister, so the iRegister app, as you might know, enables you to get any ID and get the device to put together a person's ID information and their body temperature. So you can have that in your database. So for that, let's just go to the thermometer, right? Let's check each component first. So here you have the thermometer, and we can do some testing with it. So you have here, you will see there's the red dot, right? So here I'm measuring, so that is like about 5-6 centimeters. So this must be this is the distance these devices are meant to work with in terms of the lab testing. But if you go further to 10, 15 centimeters, right, even 20, then you can see that the temperature is still in the same range. So you will see the variation is like really, really low. It's like 20, yeah, 0.2, 0.3 degrees Celsius, which is really low variation, even with the distance. So comfortably, you can actually measure like someone's hand, right, without coming very close there. So like at 20, 30 centimeters is still good. 30 centimeters, so which is like this, something like this, you can still measure it, but you're going to get like a degree less, right? Because it has a different ranges. But then you know, if you're testing someone like far away, like 30 centimeters right there, then you know you need to make up for that. So you might want to add a degree. Anyway, the best distance to do it will be like probably around 15, 20 centimeters, still right, 10 centimeters, and you will get a fairly accurate reading on that, right? So you see, like, even if I do it like up close or a little bit like up to 20 centimeters, the variation is almost none, right? So you're sure that the measurement is correct. Okay, so let's move from there to the next app. We're going to go to the, okay, so I'll do this really quick. So we have a, it's called iFace demo, is like a facial recognition app. And the reason I want to show it to you is because, so, like, we have this device with a small screen and all, but it's very powerful. It has like a really large memory, and it's fast, you know, for these kind of devices. So it allows us to run even heavier apps right there. So I'll just do a test. So I previously registered my face, so with this, and then it will show, like, once it finds it, then it should match it, and then it should show it. Let me show you right there, right? So really fast, and it says like okay, Mario, right? So it's like my name there. It's in Chinese because it's just a demo, but we have the SDK for this available if it's needed. So really fast, it can recognize even do the facial recognition, which is pretty cool. If you're in your company, you wanna match your own application, you have your apps, you have your systems, and then you can do some development to integrate it. Then you can do probably face recognition on your employees. So you can do the face recognition directly, and then you can take the temperature instead of scanning the ID. If it's a visitor, someone, a guest, someone from an outsider, then they just can take their ID and then do the registration. So let's move to the next app, which is the fast scan app. This is our app where we use our camera to scan IDs. It can be either a barcode or any QR code. So I'll just do it, and it really goes really fast. I'll do it again just to show it. I click, zooms in, and there you go, right? So it's pretty fast, and so those are the components that work behind our iRegister. The iRegister app, it's the one we use to manage the temperature and the ID data into a platform we have there. So this is the interface of the iRegister app, right? Here you can see there's a field there for the name and the ID number, etc. So here, okay, I'm gonna show you, like on top you have total, like non and visitors 0 as well. So there you will see like someone, so like out of 10 people, 5 were visitors, right? So you will get that. You will also get a visual, like it will turn red if it's a visitor, not someone not from your organization, or it will turn like blue or green if it's someone from your organization. So let's try it. So I have this ID, right? So let's say I come to the building, let's say it's an office or a supermarket, so they scan it, right? And then, okay, there you go. So I just scan the ID, and then you have my name there, Mario, and then the ID number, right? Like that is like an employee number, right? So then you have that, then you just, with the same button, just go ahead and take the temperature. So there you have it. And then the same button again. Okay. And now, so now this information is on the cloud already. So you can see now it's 6:54, right? So I'll make sure I'll show you later what we did at this time. So I'll just go ahead and scan another one that I have registered before. Okay, so this one was not registered, but anyway, it just scanned it, and then I got the ID number, right? And there's a little red square over there says visitor, right? So that's someone that is not part of your organization. Then you just wanna put, instead of writing the whole name, you can do that. You can tap on the screen, and then you'll get the soft keyboard, and then you can type like Mario, right? It's not like big deal to do it. And there you go, like Mario, and then the ID, and then you just go for the temperature again, and then you got it, and then it's uploaded already. So out of 2 people, we have 1 visitor, right? The thing I wanted to mention here is that, so depending on the way you want to do, the way you want to manage according to your organization's policies, if there's a visitor, you might just want to get his credential, like ID number or telephone number or something that you can get either with an ID or with a QR code that I'm going to show you next. And then just move from there. You don't even need the name. And the reason I mentioned that is because, like So this is done just as a preventive measure in case someone has like a high fever or temperature, and then you might not want to let that person into your organization, right? So once you filter the employees or the visitors that are not allowed because of the symptoms they have, the other useful thing about this data is that in case there is there's a spread of the COVID-19 inside your organization and you want to contact the people there, right? That the visitors and everyone, you want to let them know. But probably due to privacy laws, right, you might not be able to contact them or get all their contact details. So instead, you turn this information to the government agency in charge of doing that, right? So you work with them and then you let them know, okay, there is this situation in my company. Here's everyone that has been here in the last 4, 7, 14 days, right? So they might be able to contact them even if you don't have the phone number or anything. Then with the ID, right, then they might be able to trace them. Okay, so let's move on. So what if you want to actually get their data, like the name and the phone number and the ID, but you don't want to be putting that, you know, on the door, like on the entrance, right? They want to have it ready. So there's a website that we have works with this. Let me just lower brightness here. Okay, so it creates this QR code. Let me go back. So you can put the name, the phone number, the ID, and the company, right? So like, let's say you're a restaurant and then you have people outside waiting. So before they go in, you get them to this address, to the website, or however you want to set it up. And then they just put their basic information, right? That is perfectly acceptable anywhere. Like in Italy, it's like mandatory. You must do that if you want to go into a restaurant. I'm not saying that you need to leave all the information, but they must take the temperature. So you might as well take care of your employees, right, and your customers. So you might as well get their data in case something comes up, just to let them know. Okay, so you put the information there, you let them do it on their own cell phone, right? Then you click update, right? There's the QR code. So now you go back, let's say all the people waiting to get into your restaurant have this QR code already. So you just go ahead and scan it, right? Then it will show that, okay, it still shows the red square there, so visitor, right? But it already shows my name and then the ID number. So it's okay, it's 7 p.m., right? So right, so okay, I click on I forgot to take the temperature. I'll do that again because it registered something that was not accurate. Okay, so there you go. 36 still, right? You've been seeing the range. It moves really, you know, it's like very accurate. Okay, so I'll just upload it and it's done. So now we have a total of 4 people and 3 visitors. Let me see if I can get one more just to show it to you. Okay, no, I don't have that anymore. Okay, so let's just work with this. Okay, so you saw it's really fast, so I'll do that one more again. So you just let him, let's say it's, you're at the supermarket, right? Like some of those supermarkets, they have memberships, right? Cards. So you can just use that at the entrance, right? You scan it, get the temperature, and then upload it, right? There's also one feature I want to show you really quickly, and that is that when you turn the Wi-Fi off, there's at the bottom there's a red line over there. That means that it's offline, but it will still get the data, right? So in this case, it didn't show like Mario and the ID number, right? Because it's offline, but it showed the ID, right? And then it showed me as visitors, then the temperature, and then let's upload it. So it's red. So now I go, so let's say I didn't have Wi-Fi at the moment. I did a bunch of scans and then I go back online, right? Then it will start to sync. You can see the red and the blue lines at the bottom, right? It's gonna get to the sync. It will take a while, usually it takes a minute just to get to the server and then get the information there, but it will work and all the data will be there, right? So let's just wait for it and then I'll show you the platform now. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and open the platform so you can see. I'll just close my, okay. Okay, there it is. So now you can see the platform. So we have this cloud platform here. So you have your ID, username, password, you go inside. So after the login, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me just set something up. All right. So I'll show you this platform really quickly. Try not to take a lot of time here. On the left-hand side, you have the menu, so like the main menu, right? Here, I just want to show you really quick. There's like it's already uploaded. It's blue again. It means that all the data, the scans you had are already on the cloud server. And so what time is it? It's like 17. It's like 7:05, right? So let me show you. So the last one we did, right, was at 7:02. That was the one that we did offline, right? Remember, it showed my ID, and there it is, right? And it was right after we did the same ID, but we did it online, right? So as you can see, all the same data. So once it just goes to the cloud, then it's also synchronized and it recognizes all the data. So before I show you, like, so this will be your main page where you can see all the recordings or all the data here. But let me go first to the menu on the left side. So here you have, so this is your like the organization. So in this case, let's say we're talking about iData Italy, right? And then here you go to the whitelist, which is the people that work actually, like the employees or the personnel for your organization, right? So you can add them one by one, or you can just import a bunch of them using an Excel template that is already available there. And then you have these people here that are registered with their ID, phone number, employee, some basic information, right? Then the other section is that we have the device list. So in this case, I have this device 44, right? So in your case, you may have 2 or 3, 5 devices, or just a couple of them. And then each device will work with a checkpoint that I'll explain just now. So the checkpoints are those places where you might have people coming into your company or supermarket or offices, or depending on any particular scenario. So it might be a restaurant or any place. So here you create the checkpoints, right? You might want to create 1 or 2 checkpoints per device. If you have a device per each entrance, then you just need 1 checkpoint. If you want to have 1 device, let's say you move it around, then you might be able to change it accordingly. So, and then we go back to the beginning, where is the register list, where all the data is captured. All right. So let me just go back really quickly so we know how to configure this out. So okay, organization here, you don't have to do anything. iData, we will set it up for you, and we will give you the credentials. Then the whitelist, that you will do it by yourself. You're gonna upload it through a template, or just upload it one by one, depends on how many people you have, right? After that, you just make sure that you have your devices here registered, right? We will do the registration for you after you buy them, so they will be showing already there, all your devices. Then you want to go to the checkpoints here. So actually, you just fill the whitelist with your employees, the personnel, and then you move to checkpoints. Then you make a checkpoint for every door you have. Let's say I have 2 devices here. Use 1 for iData Rome offices, and the 1 for the showroom, and the another 1 for the warehouse and the offices in Milan, right? So once you have that, you go back to the device list, and then you edit it. Then you say, okay, this device is not longer going to be at the offices in Milan, but rather we're moving it to the warehouse, right? Let's say the warehouse is where the suppliers come in, right? So you move it there. Okay. So from this moment forward, any scan you will do with this device, it will show as a checkpoint the Milan warehouse. Why is that important? Because then you know, if, let's say, if you have something like, those registrations, those people were actually in your warehouse, not in your offices, right? So that is just like an extra layer just to filter data. Okay, so we just go back to the main information here. So you have like the organization, in this case iData Italy, the name, right? You have the temperature. This one was the one I did like randomly, and it detected the temperature of an object here. But anyway, other than that, you see it's pretty accurate, right? Then because we actually did it in different, like I did it different parts of the body and different times, so it, you know, there's a variation even, you know, inside the body. So anyway, so here the guests, you will see them in red, and you will see also these rows in red as well, right? Like there's a very like a visual here. You also will see it green, the ones that are okay or part of your organization. The ID number, the phone number, right? The ID. So this is like the employee ID number, and this is like the actual ID, like let's say the license, like driving license or the national ID, passport, or whatever you want to get it. Then, as I mentioned before, the check-in at the time was the offices in Milan. So basically, all these people like were being scanned there, right? So you can have your data for the offices in Milan, and then you can have the warehouse data, right? So you create files where you have all this data already filtered. And how do you do that? You just click the export button, and then there you have it. So here you have the time, date, right? When we did it, remember I was saying like 6:54, and then the last one we did at 7:02, right? So, and then you can see the SN of your device, right? The device you use for it. So like this is some just of the basic information it gathers, and it really covers everything you can do to have the preventive measures, the control and measurements policies implemented in your organization. So, okay, so here you can select if you really want to go back to the whatever, like the whole month, or you can just do that, and then you export this data. I don't know, that depends on every person. You might leave it on cloud in case you use it later on, or you might want to download it directly. So in this case, let's go to, right, we just download it. Okay, so the same information, you will have it right in Excel, right? So this is very, very convenient. Like, let's say you run a small business, right? You have, I don't know, like a supermarket. It's just one location, right? You have maybe two devices, one for the employees and the suppliers on the back, and then you have one more for the customers, right? You create the check-in point here. One is going to be the main entrance on the front door, right, and the other one on the back. So it knows each person, even if it's a visitor, you know it was someone like a supplier or customer. Then you might get their ID number and then the temperature. So this, and then you just download it. You can download it every week or every month. Then you have like July, August, etc. Right? So you have the data. There's something going on later on, and then you have the governments, like someone is inspecting your place or your business. Then you can prove that you've been doing everything you could to prevent it. But more importantly, you will be able to prevent or to have this culture inside your organization with your employees, right? Like your employees are there every day. Sometimes it's a family-run business, and you might want to do that also for your customers, right? So it's really important. We tend to see it from the customer side, like they might not want to share the ID number, or they don't want to share the phone number. but it's also about employees, right? So this goes both ways. Okay, so as you can see, it's really straightforward. We do have another app. This one works on cloud, either with Wi-Fi, but either offline or online. We have another app that it's actually works 100% offline. So it works on the device. All the data gets stored here, right? And then you export it directly from here to your computer or wherever you have your database, right? So, so that is like a quick overview. Any questions? Feel free to reach out, or just leave some comments and we will get back to you. Yeah, I just want to check. I guess we covered everything now, and then I'll be doing more demonstrations to show other features we have later on. So thank you very much.